All right, guys, in this video, our goal is to use local storage so that when the user switches modes, it actually remembers, right? And it will also say current mode light, right? So it's currently light, but if I refresh, it doesn't remember that. So we need to use local storage. So right now in my HTML, this is all I have, right? And then inside, I have a function toggle colors that handles the colors. And then I have a function toggle mode here. Okay, so what can we do? Well, first, let's check to see if local storage even has something in it. So we can say if local storage dot get item, and I'm gonna call this mode. Okay. So the smart thing would be to check, hey, is it currently light mode? So if we get that and the result is light mode, what can we do? Well, if it's light mode when they first load, we need to change the colors, right? So we're gonna toggle colors right here. Okay, so we toggle colors. Now what? Do we do local storage.set item? No, we don't, because if there's a value, that means it's already set. Okay, so we can do else. So else, if it's not light, it's either not set or it's dark. So either way, we should just set it to dark to be sure. That's set item mode dark. Okay. So now under this, you can do a const current mode is equal to local storage dot get item mode. Okay. So this works because of this if statement above it. If there was a light mode, then it's already in there. Current mode will be light. If not, we set it to dark, so current mode will be dark. So what about in toggle mode? Remember, toggle mode runs when they click this button right here. Okay, so when they click this button, what can we do? Well, we can do if current mode is strictly equal to, let's do light first. Okay, if it's equal to light, what do? Well, if it's light and they click it, we want to set it to dark. Okay. And then else means it's dark, so we're going to set it to light. And then after they click, no matter what, we have to toggle the colors. So that's why I have it here. And then now if we click, it's light. If I press refresh, it's still light. Okay. If I change it back to dark and I refresh, it's still dark. Cool, right? Okay, let's see how we can do the text on here, and then I'll show you an alternative way, I think a better way we can do local storage. We can actually handle the text even right here. So if it is light mode, the text is gonna be light. So current text is gonna be plus equal to light. Okay. And then else, if it's dark, then we can just say dark right here. Change this to dark. Let's see. It refreshes. Okay, good. Now, why is it not working? That's because I forgot that text content. That's why I was like, what the hell? All right, it should work now. So current mode is dark. Now, our problem is that when we click, it doesn't change. Okay? But when we refresh, it handles it because of this if statement. See, if we change it to dark, it doesn't change right away, but if we refresh, then it does. Okay? So here, we can do the same thing. If it's currently dark and they press light, we can change it to light. Text content is equal to current mode is dark now because they just clicked it. And then the other one would be light. Okay, let's see. I click, changes. I refresh, it stays the same. I click, it changes. I refresh, stays the same. Light, dark. Oh, the dark is different because this dark is not capitalized. But they should all work. Okay, so now what's a better way that we can improve this right here. All right, so for solution 2, we will take advantage of all of these things in JavaScript. And also, if you remember in solution 1, we had to set the dark mode. Okay, when they first load, if it's not light mode, in this one, we actually don't even have to do that. Okay, let me show you how. Now we're gonna do, actually let's do let is light mode. It's gonna be equal to local storage dot get item is light mode. So now if it gets the item and the light mode returns yes, now you might think, hey, why don't you just do true? But remember, when we set the items later, for local storage, whatever values you set will either have to be a string or they're gonna be coerced into a string, okay? So just use the string yes. So if it is yes, the value of is light mode is now true. And if not, it is false, okay? Now, if it's false, we actually don't need to set local storage to dark mode. Right here, we can do if is light mode. So if it is true-free, we're gonna run toggle colors. Right. Now, let's handle our text content. Current text, the text content is going to be equal to, and here we can do another ternary. We can do is light mode. If that is true-free, we can say current mode light. And if not, we can do current mode dark. Okay, so right now the text works, but nothing else is working. Okay, so what about inside of our toggle? So now whenever they click this toggle button, we can just change our is light mode using the logical not operator. Okay, so this means if it's true, it's now false, and vice versa. Okay, so now what can we do? Well, now we can update our text content here. Actually, yeah, after that, and then here we can do local storage dot set item is light mode. But what's our second argument going to be? Well, you can actually use a ternary right here too. We're going to check if is light mode. If it is true-free, then we pass in yes for local storage. Remember, we cannot pass in Boolean, so we have to pass in yes. And then if not, we're going to pass in no. Okay, so right now you see we have current mode dark. I click it, current mode light. If I refresh, it's still light. Okay, I click it back to dark and I refresh, it's still dark. Cool, right? And another thing, you might see this a lot in React. You can also do is light mode and then use the double ampersand operator. Okay? And then if I change it to light and I refresh, it still works. Okay? So this is the exact same thing as this. But the if is more readable. The double ampersand is mostly used in React applications because of JSX.